Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. This is the Confederate campaign, started in the spring of 1861. Literally started in the spring of 1861, as this Let's Play has gone on a few months, but we are determined to finish it, and we are getting close to victory. This episode will show the conclusion of the massive battle at Vandalia Eastern Railroad. Over 100,000 Bluecoats face off against about 75,000 rebels in Illinois. You'll see that on the latest episode of Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Welcome back, everyone, to the exciting conclusion to the battle in Vandalia. This large battle between the Union and Confederates has seen a lot of bloodshed in only a few hours. The Confederates inflicting 9,000 casualties to our own 5,400 casualties. The overall situation sees the Union main attack through our center of our fortified position, held by Corps Commander Hood, who has put up a stiff defense against the Union onslaught, but is starting to waver as he has suffered almost 3,000 in losses in the center. Sterling Price's corps holds the left of our line and looks to be having a better time of it, and looks to maybe even turn the Union right, as he holds a large or a strong position on the Humbert Hill. On the Confederate right is James Longstreet and his corps engaging the Union forces at the bridge crossing at the Howell Creek. Looks like there's a few more in number than he first anticipated, but we have them in a good firing spot. If he can hold them and keep the Union left from reinforcing their center, that should be enough to keep Hood from being overwhelmed in the center. We have ordered Hood to fall back along the Spencer's Plain and some of these fences and forested area to get a better position, as the Union has overwhelmed or making a breakthrough over our fortifications. We're going to keep Donaldson on the right here, so that if the Union pushes forward, we'll have some flanking fire, as Donaldson's division, supported by Pemberton's artillery, seems to be the most secure in the center of our line. On our left, we're going to order Raines's division of Price's corps forward to keep trying to turn that Union right flank. And then on our right, we're just going to keep up the pressure on the Union straddled around the bridge here. They have a large number of brigades, so if we can keep them bunched up together here, we can rain a lot of firepower down on them. We do already have one almost broken brigade, Colonel Posey, who is falling back. We have some artillery support over here too, a cavalry reserve, and one brigade in reserve under the Theophilus Holmes, who we're going to come in to support and keep up the pressure on the Union over on the Union left. Right, orders are given, and the opening of the second phase of this battle has begun, as the center is beginning to fall back, although we have an officer killed in action. So Colonel Maxey of Maxey's brigade has fallen, as he has been overwhelmed by the Union assault on our fortifications. Let's see if Scurry, even though Scurry's almost broken himself, maybe he can turn and try to get some fire on that Union position there. Although we have driven back that Union brigade. We're trying to get Maxey to fall back. See if Walker can rally them. So a quick look at the right flank here under Longstreet, and it looks like the Union tried to assault the wounded Edmund Kirby Smith's brigade, as they are heavily engaged. Let's see how this plays out. Kirby Smith is supported. And he drives off the Union assault. Let's make sure we turn him around, though. And straighten out that line so they're not getting hit on the flank. Maney is also wounded, though. Maney's on the far left here of Longstreet's position. The situation in the center looks pretty stable now as well, as our units are falling back in good order. There doesn't seem to be a major pursuit by the Union forces. Maxey has reestablished himself. Let's see if we can actually order him back. He won't fall back. Let's move up Woodruff in support. I feel like the main way we're going to gain the major victory is by destroying the Union right. We currently have inflicted 12,000 casualties on the Union versus our 6,700. So high losses are on our end, but pretty destructive losses for the Union as well. We need 32% inflicted casualties to hit that major victory level while only sustaining less than 23%. Let's hope it doesn't get that high. Alright, so the Price's attack. We have ordered our brigades forward against their extreme right position. Kirkland on the far left. The CS regulars under Daniel Frost. We're actually trying to get extra fire on this 1st Brigade, and then we'll turn on Coster's detachment. Looks like we have routing Union units. Don't know if those are... That looks like a full brigade and not a detachment. Looks like the right of Price's line is actually forcing the Union line back. So we're going to order them forward. We're probably going to have to rush Wells's artillery guns. Maybe Parsons can assault those guns and take them. I think we have some cavalry actually available that we can under Lawton. So why don't we get Lawton in position? If he needs to form up and rush the routing Union brigades or take the guns by force, we can do that. So looking at what we're facing against the Union side, we have a brigade under Coster, Ripley, Devon, Burling, and that looks like maybe a Johnson. It's hard to read this last one. Coster, Ripley, Devon, and Burling. So I see Cross and Dudley under the 3rd Division of the Army of Mississippi here, under John Buford. Their condition report, they're low supply, confident and eager. Looks like 2nd Brigade suffered 30% and then 8%. That was, I believe, Dudley. Dudley suffered the most casualties. So they might be getting ready to break. Actually, it's Coster and Ripley, not Dudley and Cross. I cannot seem to find Coster, Ripley, Devon, or Burling in any of the reports. So I've gone through all the different commands, so I don't know if that's a product of poor intelligence or not. Regardless, we're going to still push forward because it looks like the Union right is starting to break down. Looks like 1st Brigade is exposing their flank to us, so I want to push forward with Walker and Frost. McGowan is also moving forward, but coming under some artillery fire, probably from that 1st battery there. And now flanking fire. It looks like this brigade, 1st Brigade on the Union left of this line, has turned their flank. That exposes their own flank to us. Right, Parsons going to try to take these guns because they're starting to wreak havoc on our line. He's supported by McBride's division, who will keep this Union brigade at bay. So we'll see how this attack goes. That 1st Brigade is falling back. Let's push forward with Stevenson. We need to support Parsons' attack. So back in the center, it looks like the Union might be pushing through again over the breastworks as Hood has ordered a general falling back, not a retreat, but falling back into the woods here next to Spencer's Plain. Hood's right position in the center is holding pretty firmly. We're worried about Scurry's brigade a little bit. Let's try to turn him to the front. Duncan's brigade has done a good job holding this 1st Brigade against the Abate. And we've got some skirmishers skirmishing the flank of that Union brigade. Take a look at what Union brigades are over here. We have Gordon, Shoemaker, Whistler, Blasdell, Wilder, Buell. Back on the right, we're going to try to put 3 brigades firing on this 3rd Brigade and see if we can't break that unit as we're getting flanking fire against them. It looks like they're going to try to fall back. We might... That volley shoots down another like 50 men. So this 3rd Brigade of the Union Army losing 50 men at a time almost. They're up to 400 in casualties. They've lost 100 men in like less than in about 5 to 10 minutes time. Up to 460. So yeah, they're getting obliterated. As we have ordered them into short, medium range fire. As you can see, that 3rd Brigade starting to crumble. Union left is falling back, so we've ordered a general assault against that position. So Price ordering the forward movement of the rest of his corps all at once. We captured those guns. Union is breaking through in the center, so let's take a look at this. But Jackson is falling back in decent order with Hayes, Taliaferro. They're trying to rush them. Let's see if we can't turn these guns on them. Who's losing men? Kirby Smith must be losing a lot of men on the right. Good job falling back by Jackson as he's able to fall back and lay some fire on the Union assault. Maxey not wanting to fall back from the parapets, but is supported by Woodruff now. Actually going to halt Gracie here so we can turn and fire. Anderson is killed in action. Kirby Smith's brigade has broken. Casualties 19,000 against the Federals to our 9,000. 19% to our 12%. The Union is getting close to calling the retreat, but there's still quite a bit of fight left in them. We're going to try to halt the falling back of these units from Walker's division and try to get a better rate of fire against these Union brigades that have broken through the defenses. So Gracie has turned about face to open fire. Hayes is taking flanking fire though. We're going to turn him this way. Taliaferro, we're going to try to order to stop and hold, try to block these Union brigades from advancing any further. Gracie's brigade in close range fire against the 3rd Brigade. It looks like they're going to fall back, though, as the Union is still pushing hard in the center. Longstreet is driving back the Union advance on our right, as they've gotten across the bridge, but they look very disorganized and tired, even though they've damaged the Longstreet a little bit, as he has suffered 3,400 casualties. So not a small number. We have probably dealt a much more damage to them. We're going to try to get Holmes to turn on this brigade here. Holmes does not want to turn the way I want him to turn. We've driven back that Union brigade. But it looks like they're coming after Pierce's brigade and Maney, who is wounded. So the Union smells blood over on the left of Longstreet's position. Do have Posey's weakened brigade as a final defense if Pierce and Maney break. So going into this final stage of the battle, as the Union looks like they're about to call it off, we've inflicted 26,000 to our almost 12,000. I think we can do the crushing blow against the Union right. We've got Lawton's cavalry in a position to run down broken Federals. That Union battery looks like they're about to break. You have a Union infantry brigade now breaking and routing. Okay, Lawton's going to move in behind. And we're going to try to grab those guns. Enemy is retreating. 35 seconds. So they're going to run down the rest of those gunners. Let's take the rest of these guns. And the Union has given up the center. I don't think we're going to pursue very hard as we are up to 12,000 casualties. I think we're going to be able to do more damage against their right and left flanks. We've got Chambliss on the flank here. We can order him to attack column and maybe run down some of these routed Union brigades. And we're going to keep up the fire with Pierce and the rest of Longstreet's corps. Looks like Maney's brigade did break. Let's watch the action on the left. We'll probably order Lawton to try to rout this Army of Illinois brigade. As you see Lawton trying to charge, maybe we can score a wipe. As they pursue the fleeing Federals. Lawton trying to run down. We also have Kirkland's brigade trying to chase down this 1st Brigade. Doesn't look like we're inflicting any more casualties, though. Lawton has tired himself out. Right, so I don't think I recorded the exact ending of the battle, but we barely missed out on the major victory. The Battle of Vandalia East Railroad has ended with the Army of the West retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered casualties of almost 31,000, 4,000 killed, and 0 captures. We didn't capture anyone. Their morale is believed to be stable. Our casualties were 12,000 with 1,800 killed, 2,000 missing, and the rest wounded. Morale is confident with the supply situation critical. We have captured almost 17,000 rifles and 36 guns from the battlefield. So a nice capture of weaponry, but couldn't quite run down enough casualties to score the major. It ended up around 30, almost 31%. We needed 32% to get the major victory. So we have the aftermath of the Battle of Vandalia at the East Railroad, a very bloody affair and a high cost to our officer corps in the Army of the West. So we will need to address that situation and replace some of the wounded and killed in action officers. If you enjoyed that battle at Vandalia and are new to the channel and would like to subscribe, please do. You get notified on new videos as well. Plus, we do some live streams of Grand Tactician: The Civil War currently. There are plans to do other games as well. On top of the Grand Tactician: The Civil War gameplay that we are currently doing. Or if you did enjoy the video and just want to hit that like button or leave a comment, again, I do appreciate your viewership regardless. Here's our list of wounded in action. Jubal Early, Lawrence Branch, I think that was in another battle. Richard Garnett, Richard Waitman, and Lewis Little are all on the injured reserve list now. We also have Samuel Maxey that was killed in action, and that's a very veteran officer. That's going to be a tough one to replace. We'll replace with Elkanah Greer, a veteran of the Mexican War and volunteer. Decent leadership, admin, stats, and cunning. While we are at it, we will get the defamed Ruggles out of the ranks, since he never seems to be willing to fight in the battles. So Ruggles is replaced. B. Jr. was wounded in action, so we'll need to replace him. Samuel McGowan was also killed in action. Mansfield Lovell will take over. Robert H. Anderson, killed in action. Ambrose R. Wright will take the command of that brigade. George Maney needs to be replaced as he is been wounded in action. Let's do William Mahone. Kirby Smith, killed in action. All right, the officer corps has been replaced. And we consolidated down some of the units too, so that would actually free up some experienced officers, as we are scraping the bottom of the barrel of the officer pool. And that will do it about for this episode, as we will continue on our push into Ohio and to the Great Lakes. Columbus has not yet fallen, but is slowly being under control of Armistead. We did have some perks here that we'll take care of really quick. Sterling Price, Flying Column. Alright, I do appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.